and welcome back to this episode of your Kingsport blog video update. I'm Jeff Fleming, Assistant City Manager for Development here in Kingsport, and the concerts continue through October. They're going to be moving from Broad Street over to the Farmers Market area as an experiment to see how well that's received with the public. We've had a lot of folks say that they want to continue the concerts. So last night was the Atlanta Rhythm section. And although we had a little bit of weather issues, they did get started a little late and put on a great show down on Broad Street. The Friday night concerts will continue on Broad Street through early September with the ETSU Bluegrass Band ending the show, which is always the most popular bluegrass event, at least in my estimation, in the entire series, because the ETSU Bluegrass Band, of course, is known worldwide. Downtown, the first Thursday events continue with the cash mobs as well as businesses staying open after 5 on Thursday. And we would encourage you to look at Kingsport and to shop downtown. Kingsport.com is still up and running with a partnership between the city, the chamber, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and Move to Kingsport. And so check that out, and it can be your access for mobile devices as well as website. On the Bray property on Supermarket Row, the Economic Development Board voted to proceed with acquisition of that property, and it should be under possession of the city within about 90 days. So we're actively soliciting development proposals for that property, and we would like to see it long-term redeveloped into multifamily housing to further support downtown development. Annexation continues in the Colonial Heights area. If you live in the area bounded essentially by Meadow Lane, Interstate 81, and over to Fort Henry Drive behind Perkins, that's the target area that's going to be annexed within the remainder of the year. First steps were taken at the most recent board meeting to annex there. The issue was whether to extend the sewer provision horizon to 8 years or to leave it at 5 years, which has been the standard commitment so far. So the Planning Commission and the board decided to recommend 5 years as opposed to 8 years. So that will result in some rate adjustments to be able to cover that expense, but they felt that was very important to be fair and consistent with previous annexations as well. The unemployment rate in Kingsport, the unemployment rate in Kingsport is down 1%, which is a good thing from this time last year. The population is up 5.5%. The labor force is up 3.5%. So there are currently 20,940 in the labor force in Kingsport, and 19,180 of them are employed. So the number of employed is up at 4.6%, and the number of unemployed is down 7.4%. So all of those are continue to be positive metrics for the one-year horizon. Kingsport, as virtually everywhere in the country, this time compared to 5 years ago is not faring as well, but we are beginning to see improvement and look forward to that hopefully continuing into the future. Employment in the Kingsport metropolitan area through April 2012, which is the most recent data available, we are up 13,200 total jobs from 2012 back to 1990. So while we've lost manufacturing jobs, we have added jobs in every other category, leading up to a total of 13,100. At the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, the monthly update from various city special projects. The Welcome Center on I-26, Charles Blaylock and Sons of Sevierville has completed the bridge parapet rails. Work on the east side of Interstate 26 is concentrated on the placement of auxiliary lane stone and then concrete placement, as well as the final entrance ramp grading. On the west side, final grading of the eastbound exit ramp is near completion, and grading of the auxiliary lane between the Welcome Center and Rock Springs Road is ongoing. General items ongoing include the placement of drainage pipe and guardrail. The contract currently has a completion date of October 28th of 2012. The Welcome Center building is under a separate contract and construction will take place between September 2012 and April 2013. Funding for this project was provided through the Appalachian Regional Commission, and the Tennessee Department of Transportation will maintain the facility, and staffing will be provided by the Tennessee Department of Tourism. On the Kingsport Press development in the downtown area, Integrity Capital Management has moved into their 4,000 square foot third floor space. The health-related business from Middle Tennessee has agreed to 4,000 square feet, and their area on the first floor is under construction as we speak. The 7,600 square foot tenant possibility on the first floor has now committed, and they are a very specialized medical group. Also, the partners own the old Funtastics restaurant now and will begin demolishing it as soon as the environmental reports are finished. They will then turn it into a parking lot to support development of the Kingsport Press. The partners are also working to recruit the following: a 1,200 square foot tenant on the third floor and the possible 7,000 square foot space on the first floor for a higher education tenant. The partners are gathering memorabilia about the Kingsport Press for a historical area off the front lobby. The partners have offered to provide a prominent space in the lobby for an information kiosk about Kingsport events. Farmers Market work continues inside the market to construct the downstairs restrooms, the stairwell, and the elevator. Crews will begin the necessary trenching for the water and sewer lines within the coming week, and GRC Construction anticipates having the restrooms operational by August 10th, with the remainder of the work following shortly thereafter. The Fieldstone Cellar is a wine-themed meeting room at Meadowview. It is substantially complete now. We're still awaiting home furnishings and decorative light fixtures. Meadowview has already started booking the room for corporate functions. They anticipate that it will be open for public use in about a month. Reedy Creek Cellars, which is the actual winery that produces the Meadowview wines outside the Meadowview Convention Center in the back parking lot area, is also operational, and they have begun bottling the Meadowview branded wines. In Public Works, Gibson Mill Road Phase 3, Thomas Construction of Johnson City is the contractor. Construction of the retaining wall at the Health South parking lot is complete. Construction on the stormwater collection infrastructure is almost complete. Castle Drive and Gibson Mill Roads are both nearing completion to the final grade elevation. The foundation, pier, and abutment work on both the South Pier on the Health South side of Reedy Creek and the North Pier are now complete. The steel bridge beams have been delivered to the job site, and installation of these beams will begin during the week of August 6th. Steel decking installation is anticipated to begin in mid to late August. Placing of the concrete bridge deck is expected to begin in mid-September. The bridge parapet walls are expected to be constructed in early October, and the completed bridge is projected to be ready for use by mid-October. Milling of the asphalt on Gibson Mill Road from Castle Drive to the Watauga Street roundabout has been complete. Construction of sanitary sewer lines and water line work on this section has started, and it'll take about 3 months to complete the construction of these utilities. Gibson Mill Road will remain unpaved until the sanitary sewer and water line work are completed. Installation of concrete sidewalk and curb and gutter on the north side is ongoing. The contract time is 275 days with an expected project completion date of November of this year. Cleek Road improvements phase 2. Of course, Cleek Road is out at just past Target on Stone Drive and goes up Chestnut Ridge to Orbank Road, which is a main thoroughfare for residents in the Preston Woods and Preston Park area to access the shopping on Stone Drive. Design of this project is now complete, with construction anticipated to start in October. There is only one outstanding property left to be purchased. Phase 2 consists of completing an improved Cleek Road, including safety, stormwater, pedestrian mobility, and slope improvements from the end of Phase 1 to a new connection point on Orbank Road. This new connection point will be in the vicinity of the intersection of Lambert Street, so it will be moved to the east of where it is currently located. Site distance improvements will also be made on Orbank Road, and the entire project area is now within the city limits. Fordtown Road, out at the intersection of Interstate 81 and 26, Summers Taylor has completed the foundations in both pier stems for all 3 bridge piers just off exit 56 of I-81. The box culvert construction is nearing completion with that's expected to be done later this month. Once the culvert construction is complete, grading operations will begin. Abutment 1 on the north end of the bridge will possibly begin in August as well, but abutment 2 on the south side will have to wait until the grade is brought into the final elevation. The contract completion date is July 31st of 2013. The construction contract price is $5.5 million. Funding for this project is 80% federal, and the rest of the funds are through the City of Kingsport. This project is being managed by TDOT, but will be a local facility once it is completed. The project provides a 3-lane roadway that will extend from exit 56 of I-81 to the I-26 bridge near Eastern Star. Sullivan and Clinchfield Street intersection improvements. Bids were opened for this project on June 28th, with the Board of Mayor and Aldermen approving the concrete roadway alternative at the last BMA meeting. Contract documents are being prepared, and staff is working to schedule the pre-construction conference. This project includes the widening of Sullivan Street to 3 lanes, 10 to 11 feet, an 8-foot mobility path on the north side, and a 5-foot sidewalk on the south side. Reconstruction and upgrade of the traffic signals at both Roller and Clinchfield Street are related to this improvement, and funding for this project is 100% local funds. Bays Mountain Road repair. Summers Taylor was awarded the contract to repair 2 areas of failed roadway leading up to Bays Mountain Park. The contract started on June 1st, with work starting immediately on the first repair area. On June 19th, the work began drilling holes, caissons, for the worst of the repair sections. Drilling of the caissons and placing reinforcing steel and concrete in the shafts was completed July 3rd. Work is now proceeding with the construction of the wing walls and abutments on the uphill side of the structure. Precast beams will be installed on August 7th, and soon after that, the abutments for the downhill side will begin. The contract calls for the project to be completed by October 1st. The Aquatic Center. The concrete deck for the 2nd floor of the YMCA has been placed. The remaining structural steel for the YMCA is now being erected, followed by a high roof decking. Roofing installation has commenced on the high roof over the Aquatic Center and will continue working across the YMCA. The floor for the middle section of the completed pool has been installed, and the floor for the warm pool will be placed July 31st. Work on the floor slab for the gatehouse will begin this week, and paving is underway for the parking lots in the new turn lane from Meadowview Parkway. That's your quick update from Kingsport Blog, and if you'd like to follow us online, you can go to kingsportblogger.com.